everyone. I hope that you are having a great day today. Me, I'm having a beautiful start to my day. The weather is warm, it's 88 degrees. I'm in Metro Atlanta. It's a lot to smile about. But I just left the Colony Square building in Midtown Atlanta. For those that's familiar with Midtown Atlanta, that's where B103 is, the popular radio station. That's more for reference than anything else. But I'm working DoorDash today, and I just made a delivery for a customer in that building. Okay, so in that building, well, in that area, in the Midtown area, there's no street parking. So not only do you have to pay for parking, there's no meter parking. So you have to go into a parking deck, which is expensive. For the first 30 minutes, it's $4. So I said, you know what? I looked everywhere. There's no street parking. So I said, okay, maybe they have valet parking. So I took my ticket with me into the place. I asked, do you all have valet parking? No, sorry. Not as sorry as I am. I paid more for the parking. Well, actually, my tip was $6, and $4 of that went for the parking. Yes, DoorDash have it now where you can see how much DoorDash is paying for you to pick up the order and how much your tip is. So that was I want to say a $12. It was $11. It was almost $12 for the delivery from where I picked up the order to the Colony Square. So it is what it is. On my way out, I asked the concierge. I was like, listen, okay, I just delivered to your 21st floor here. Do you all have anywhere in the area where the parking is free? He's like, no, this is Midtown. Ain't nothing free. We more like New York than people want to think. And he smiled because he was happy. And I smiled because he was happy. Not because I was happy. I'm not unhappy, but hey, I just paid $4 for parking, or I'm gonna pay $4 for parking. And he was like, I'm happy. That's how I want it to be. I was like, oh. He's like, I don't have a car. That's why he's happy. But this is kind of segue into what I want to talk about today on how I list my debits and credits for working at home. I came to a big surprise, not a big surprise, but a moment of revelation when I did my taxes this year. I'll be back with you to give you more information once I settle down and get to my destination. Be right back. Okay, I'm back. Let me make a correction. I said working at home, but not working at home. I'm not working at home. I am working outside my home, doing app work. Sorry, you all. I have black interior. I'm just kind of paranoid about it. So anyway, so I meant doing app work. Last year was my first time doing app work of this sort, where I use my card to generate revenue. I do work at home, but that's a different kind of expense. So I work at home for my business, and I work different contracts for Fortune 500 companies. Anywho, it's about doing app work. So, like I said, I'm working DoorDash. I'm currently waiting on a order. What I want to point out, because there do come times where you have to pay for parking, and of course you pay for gas, you pay for maintenance on your vehicle, you pay for just different expense. And you have different deductions, that you can use when you do this kind of work. So what DoorDash offered for only $1 for 1 year is access to use one of their, it's not their app, it's just an app, I guess, that they use, but they offered a discount of $1. And that app is Everlast. It's Everlast. And with Everlast, it's just like Mile IQ, I didn't use Mile IQ because I didn't want to pay for it, and the free version was annoying. So it's similar to that. You're driving, you know, you're driving to, you know, doing your work, and it's counting your mileage. And you can go here, and like I can go home, and it'll say how many miles I've driven. And see, I don't use this vehicle that much for my anything personal, because I have a different vehicle, I drive for personal. But you see where it just says the revenue, expense, and profit. And what I put in for expense is like gas and oil changes. Now, I'm going to consult with a tax professional about all the things I can write off, but I got mileage. I have, you know, when I pay for my tires to be balanced, oil changes, so on and so forth. When I pay for parking, which I don't have to do that much, or it's not that much, but occasionally it is kind of high, like that $4, that's high. But I also was able to add a different app. So like if I go in, like okay, let me just show you what I did. Like you see that plus right there. If I click on that, I can add a trip. Hope you can see that. I can add a trip. I can add expense. I can add revenue. And when I add revenue, when I add, let's say I add an expense. It looks like this, and I can also take a picture of that expense, which I do. Let me just give you an example of what I have. Like I'm gonna go here to transactions, and it shows the different transaction. I didn't add this one that I just got from Uber, so let me just show you what that looked like. And that was today. It was deposited today. So if you look at it, it'll show, okay, so like I'll put in DoorDash, I put in Uber, also put in Instacart. All this I work on a part-time basis. It'll show gas, like you see, like the gas. I put in $11 of gas. That fills my car up if the gas is like $2.17. I have a little car, remember, my Scion IQ. But and I took a picture of the receipt. So it's pretty cool. I didn't have this last year when I went to put in my expenses. I said, you know what? I need a way to track all this, and I can generate a report. See that? It has all the different apps in here that I do. Remember I said I do a lot of apps. It has everything. It has Instacart, it has Shipt, Uber, my consultant, if I do other different kind of consulting, because I also meet with people who's interested in working at home. I do that in my car, and that's mileage. So I keep track of that, and I would suggest that you do the same, because at the end of the year, I would be able to take advantage of these deductions. And I'm happy. I'm very happy with being a 1099 and being able to take advantage of these deductions. So I just wanted to share that with you, and in case you weren't doing anything like that, just share it with you in case you might want to look at it. Even if you don't use this particular app, use something to show the money that you're spending out. Not only the money that you're spending out, and also you can look at it and say, hey, listen, I spend out this amount of money, I'm spending this on the expense, but look at my profit. My profit is pretty good. Just feel good about it. Because for me, when I started today, I needed an extra additional $8 to fill my tank up. And so at the end of the day, I subtract my expense that I used for that day subtract that from the amount that I made for the day. So like I spent $8 today, that 8 plus the 4, and I'll subtract that from my final at the end of the day. And the way that with DoorDash, let me give you an example. Yesterday I worked, let me show you. Yesterday I worked 5 hours. Well, 5 hours and 30 minutes is how many hours I was scheduled to work, but I maybe worked 3.5 hours. That's going somewhere, not, because while you're waiting on order, that's really not working. You're chilling, really. So I was at Whole Food. I bought me some food. I bought some dinner. I went to Publix and looked for things that I'm going to buy tomorrow when I actually go grocery shopping. So I really worked about 3.5 of these 5.5 hours. But I just want to give you an example because, with DoorDash also you get the tips. And this is how it looks at the end of the day. So you see where it says I worked 5.3, and then it got the delivery and then the tip amount. So people do tip high. And I put in $6 of gas yesterday. So I would subtract the $6 from that amount. And I say, well, I did pretty good yesterday for considering. So, I just say all that to say keep track of what you're making. Also, I want to share something else with DoorDash. That's a little off topic, but it has something to do with the way you make money with DoorDash. With DoorDash now, what they do, they also do what they call early access. I talked about that in one of my videos, the video before the last. And I have early access. And here's the great thing about having early access. You can schedule hours like this. 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 a.m. like all day. Isn't that great? And then you can go in and because I'm not going to work 2:30 a.m. I mean, what? But I could if I wanted to. But I would go in and I would shave that down. But I have the option to do that. And when you have early access, it'll say, like when you go, you see how it says schedule? When you go to schedule, it'll look like this. This is what a top form look like. It'll say something like that. All right, you have early access, so then it'll allow you to schedule. And if you can see, like Tuesday, I do that and then I shave it down. Also, let me go ahead and share my ratings. With DoorDash, people they don't rate you that fast, so it's real slow. It really affects you if they give you a bad score. Now, I don't know why it's telling me a 94% completion rate. That is not right. I believe yesterday I had some orders come in, like I was supposed to go pick up an order. I got a call from DoorDash and said, listen, there was a problem with the app. There's someone there already to pick up that order. We have to cancel it for you, but it won't count against you. And I believe it did count against me. And then I went to another place to pick up an order, and the restaurant was no longer there. Like, they're out of business. They're no longer at that location, right? Oh, it won't count against you. I believe it did. Anyway, this is my rating. You see that? 4.61. Not too shabby, Jennifer. I won't hire you, but that's 4.61 out of 5. And 97% acceptance rate. And this completion rate, I would say not bad. Complete all orders you accept. Like, why wouldn't I? And it said I've done like 259 total deliveries. All right. I think that's pretty much all I wanted to share with you all today. I hope that this video was helpful. Hello to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you. If there's something that you want to know that I haven't shared, or there's something you have questions about, please let me know and I'll try to make a video and answer it for you. You have a good day. Bye.